Tuesday, July the 25th, myself and my colleague, Barbara Shanklin, who is the chair of Equity, Community, Housing Affairs, Health, and Education, brought awareness to Louisville Housing Authority on several housing units as well as Park Duval Senior Building that the conditions were unhealthy, unsafe, disheartening, and asked of them to look into several units. Days later, District 1 was contacted about Louisville Housing Authority at this location, Dosker Manor. Dosker Manor was built in 1968. Mind you, it's 2023. That's 55 years. And by the looks of the inside of these units, there has been no upgrades, not much maintenance. And today, I stand before you with city leaders no longer asking, but demanding Louisville Housing Authority to take action. One of their missions in 1968 was senior housing speaks for itself. Well, if it speaks for itself, this is unacceptable. I've witnessed mold in several units. I've witnessed roaches in several units. I've witnessed floors peeling up. Some of the residents are disabled to the point to where they can't fill out paperwork. A lot of them don't have access to get on the internet to fill out a maintenance report. And to ask the senior to do that is unacceptable. When you have employers in the office sitting, they should be able to take those reports. So today I stand before you with other city leaders who are going to speak on their concerns of Dosker Manor. We'll have Barbara Shanklin speak first.
Just ignore it. Thank you, Councilwoman Hawkins. That's okay, take it. Take both of them. Thank you. I'm Councilwoman Barbara Shanklin. I'm in the Newburgh area, but my committee is housing. And it's very important that we look at some of the housing, the senior citizen places within this city. Councilwoman Hawkins had a big problem in her district, so we brought them before the council. As we looked at it, we brought different residents in. They were crying. These are supposed to be low-income housing. Some of them are paying $1,500 a month. And that's not low housing. They could buy a house, and that would be a house payment. We went to William Weathers apartments downtown. The carpet, 21 years old. Big, huge stains in the carpets. It's unbelievable. I've asked the housing authority, if you don't do anything but rip out that carpet, replace it. I mean, it's disease and everything else you can get from nastiness, but the place is just plain old nasty. So as I stand here and I look at my colleagues behind me, I think we can go home to our comfortable homes. These people that we grew up with, these families, they put us where we are today. They're stuck in a situation where they can't help themselves. We promise that we're going to do something. We may not be able to get this place torn down or whatever, but they tore down the projects and we have projects all over the city. We have slumlords all over the city, and our seniors are living in these places. So we promise that we may not be able to do anything with this big hunk of junk, but I say we promise we're going to do something. So I'm going to turn it over to Councilwoman McCraney.
Good morning, thank you. According to the data that's published by the HUD.gov, the most recent inspection of the Dosker Manor complex that I have in my possession today is September the 11th, 2018, and I want to talk about those. This complex has consistently received the lower scores within the Kentucky region. The score was 23.9, worse than the average Kentucky rate of 81.9. That was in 2018. This property has had more than at least one violation and failing grades since 2013. HUD scores these properties on a 100-point scale. So imagine getting a 23.9. So historically, April 17, 2014, Dosker Manor, 53 score. August the 6th, a 60. July 22nd, 2015, a 79. October the 6th, 2017, a 39. September the 11th, 2018, a score of 58. What does this tell us? This tells us that we should declare that the Louisville Metro Housing Authority is failing. And what else does this tell us? It tells us that we should declare today that Louisville Metro Housing Authority are slum lords. What am I saying? Louisville Metro Housing Authority should be considered slumlords. This is unacceptable. It should no longer be tolerated by our city. It might be held by government funds, but these are our residents. These are our constituents who must live under these conditions. It is up to us as city leaders to demand better. And that's why we're here today. In Matthew 25 and 35, it talks about how when you fed me, when you clothed me, when you gave me something to drink, and the people asked, when, Lord, did I do this? The response was, when you did it to the least of them. If we don't take care of the least, the lost, the lonely, the often laughed at and left behind, then we should not be standing here as elected officials. I declare to you today that this must stop, and I will not stop at doing nothing. I will do something, so will my colleagues. I'm asking the city of Louisville, I'm asking the Louisville Metro Housing Authority, I'm asking the federal government to do better.
Ben Reno Weber, Metro Council, District 8. I'm not going to speak to the fact that this is an issue of justice, though it is an issue of justice. And I'm not going to speak to the fact that it's an issue of humanity, though it is an issue of humanity. I'm going to speak to the fact that we as citizens have a right to expect of our government that it works. And this is evidence that we, who have made a commitment as a community to the people that live here, are failing in that commitment. Every single person in our community has a right to expect when they call, that call is answered. Every single person in our community has a right to expect that when they report an issue that is a commitment that government has made, we fulfill that commitment. We are not fulfilling that commitment, and we have a right and an expectation that our government will fulfill those commitments here to these people and people across our community who are facing similar circumstances. So thank you for being here and being a part of that expectation that we have a right to set.
Good morning. Councilwoman Donna Purvis was not able to join us this morning due to a work obligation, but she asked that we share this statement on her behalf. The statement reads, "I want to thank my colleagues for taking the lead in bringing these horrendous living conditions that tenants in Dosker Manor are subjected to. This is another example of failed, absent, and disconnected leadership. I plead with the mayor's administration to make a change that would improve the living conditions for these tenants by removing the current executive director, Lisa Osanka, and any other individuals that are part of her management team that were complicit in what we are witnessing today." On behalf of Donna Purvis, Councilwoman, District 5. Thank you. And now I turn it over to Councilman Ja'Cory Arthur, District 4.
Peace, I'm Councilman Ja'Cory Arthur. Welcome to Louisville Metro Council District 4. I wish it was under different circumstances, but our city isn't always as pretty as some people portray it to be. I talked with a constituent earlier who lives in Dosker Manor who said she doesn't expect things to be perfect or pretty. She just wants things to work. But she can't take a shower without raw sewage pouring onto her. I talked to a resident of Dosker Manor who said, at this point, the roaches might as well be helping pay the rent because they're there just as often as he is. I talked to a resident from Dosker Manor just a couple weeks ago who said he is so depressed living in these apartments that he wants to jump off his balcony. No one should be living like this. And the conditions that our people are living in aren't new. The mold is not new. The rats and the roaches and the other rodents are not new. The urine and the feces in the hallways and the common areas that we step on every time we go up and down those floors are not new. But let me tell you what is new. We got some new Metro Council members ready to fight back. We got a new mayor who hopefully eventually proves that he's ready to fight back. We have a new congressman, and we also have new board members on the Louisville Metro Housing Authority Board of Commissioners. But more importantly, we have a new tenant movement that is leading campaigns in this city and across the country, fighting back, building tenant power to make changes. So with all of these new people, we got new opportunities. So here's what we need. Here's the call to action. For you watching this wherever you are, for you listening to this wherever you are. The next Louisville Metro Housing Authority board meeting is on Tuesday, September the 19th at 3:30 p.m. at 600 South 7th Street. The Board of Commissioners is in charge of governing. They're in charge of managing the Louisville Metro Housing Authority, including Dosker Manor. They're in charge of passing the budget for the Metro Housing Authority, including the budget that funds what needs to happen at Dosker Manor. They are in charge of holding the director accountable. So we need every single resident to come with us to that board meeting, because out of the 9 Board of Commissioners, about 5 of them are about to be brand new. And the latest claim is that they don't know what you're going through. So we need to go and give them a history lesson, but not just about what we've gone through the past 50 plus years, about what we're going through right now. Again, that's Tuesday, September 19th, 3:30 p.m. at 600 South 7th Street. Come to that meeting, sign up to speak, and hopefully, once you let them know what you're going through, they are willing to work with Louisville Metro Council. They are willing to work with the mayor. They are willing to work with the new congressman to make sure that we take care of the needs and the people in Dosker Manor and Avenue Plaza and Park Hill and all of our other public housing spaces. Don't meet us there, beat us there. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to have a few residents that deal with these issues every day. I'm gonna hope that after today, that no one that speaks to any of this will be retaliated against, or else they have to deal with all the city leaders that stand behind me. There's no reason that tenants should feel that they can't speak up. It's their right.
Yeah, I live in A, and it wasn't like this 2 years ago when I moved in here. It was supposed to be 65 and over. It ain't. We got all kinds of people in here, young, and if they turn it over to 55 and over, it'd be better off. And I wish the mayor would come in here and clean this place up. We got black mold. We got our bathrooms just coming down. They fixed mine, but though it's still coming down. You know, the plaster coming off the walls. And and this lady took pictures of it the other day. And you know, I wish the mayor would come and do get some contractors know what they're doing. Come in here and fix this place, because if not, cause y'all gonna lose a lot of good people around here. This is a good place, but you know, like my buddy Don over there, he's got black mold in his bathroom. And you know, it's like Metro government's got to have to do something seriously. And you know, well, we got the police coming in here all the time, and you know, it's like the same offenses, and the mayor should, you know, stop all that stuff too, you know, and to bring some good people in this place, fix apartments and bring good people back in this place. That this place will be better off. Thank you.
Come on.
Good morning. My name is Alan. I'm sure the evidence is out there. You already know it. I ain't going to speak of it. I'm going to ask the city officials to help us. And that's what I want to ask. We need help. And I'm going to stand behind all of this. So please help us, our city officials. Thank you.
There are resources out there. And please believe that codes is going to be brought in this as well. I'm going to echo behind my colleague, Paula McCraney, who stated the facts as far as the grades. Those are so unacceptable. Imagine yourself, your mother, your father living in these conditions. Next, I'm going to have Miss Stacy come up and speak on a few things and a few alternatives that she may have that could help the city, that could help the administration with a lot of these placements. Because when tenants are in violations of codes, there is no emergency housing. There's nowhere for them to go. So they still sit in those apartments for months after months after months still in those conditions. Stacy.
Hello, my name is Stacy. I'm also referred to as hashtag See Stacy Sunday. You can locate me on Facebook under the name of Stacy Lawrence Harris. What I actually would like for the news to do is actually take me up on my offer by offering a housing piece to the news that's offered daily, if not weekly. And if you can't afford a realtor to do one, I'm Stacy with New R Realty, and I'll be happy to offer my service free of charge, as this information needs to be given to the public. So when individuals are faced with homelessness, when they've been put out of their home with eviction because they've asked for repairs to be made and they get evicted instead, they call me, as well as 20 other nonprofit agencies, give me a call asking me for emergency housing. Well, guess what? I'm an individual within the community that helps 22 counties, from Hardin County to Jefferson County. I'm an individual, which means I have no funding. I'm with Shallow City of Peace Foundation. We're a nonprofit organization founded in 2006, located in Hardin County, and we do what we can for Jefferson County residents. But what I'm willing to do is be a part of the solution, not just a part of the problem, which means bringing resources to the community for those who do have evictions. So this government money that can be spent with different organizations or with the city, well, partner with me, collaborate with me. I've placed over 300 individuals in 1 year with no type of assistance at all whatsoever. So if the city or you officials would partner with me, let me provide this emergency housing. We had an individual with a tree fall on their house. So where can they go? They can't go to a shelter. There's no beds. There's no emergency funds that I have to put them in a hotel because I'm not part of the city's plan. So make me a part of the plan so I can show you how we can actually achieve what is unachievable as far as what you classify. My name is Stacy Harris. See Stacy Sunday. I'm happy to be a part of the collaboration. My phone number is 270-401-3064 with New R Realties, also with Shallow City of Peace Foundation. Please give me a call. Please make a difference. Please let's get the unachievable achievable. Thank you so much.
Lastly, we have two more residents that want to come up and speak to this really quick on what they're having to deal with daily. So you can go ahead and speak first.
How y'all doing? My name is Will Smith. I'm not the actor. But I just got her. But there's other people that's been here even longer. Like when I first got her, I smelled the room that I got. I thought it would just go away. But like whoever was there, they was whatever. And it was bugs. Like most of that stuff got away in the smell. But like in the hallway, like going down the steps, it was shit, like just sitting there. And it was there for a minute because it was dried up. It'd be smelling like pee and like it really smells in the, like going down the steps. In the elevators, a whole bunch of gnats. It's mice, roaches, bed bugs. It's just all type of bugs. And it just need fixing up and cleaned up. And
yeah, we have a problem with mouses. Mouses is bad. And roaches is so bad, and they not going. They ain't doing nothing for them mouses. They do traps, but they ain't gonna do about it. But they put traps down and they catch them, but they still come. They still coming in.